Let me ask you a question first. The last time you completely fell apart emotionally, was it because of what happened or because things didn't go the way you expected? Think about it carefully. Was it the event itself that broke you, or was it the fact that the outcome turned out to be something you never expected? If most people answer honestly, it's usually the latter. It wasn't the unexpected event that defeated you, it was the moment something you believed you could control suddenly told you, no, you can't. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. More than 2,000 years ago, during one of the most turbulent periods of the Roman Empire, there lived a slave. He had no freedom, no property, even his own body didn't truly belong to him. One day, in front of a crowd, his master deliberately twisted his leg, waiting to hear him beg for mercy. He calmly said only one sentence: "If you keep twisting it, it will break." His leg broke. He never begged. Later, he wrote the words that have been quoted for over 2,000 years: "Some things are within our control and some things are not." His name was Epictetus, one of the most influential philosophers of Stoicism. He possessed no freedom, yet there was one thing no one could ever take from him: his sovereignty over his own mind. The entire philosophy of Stoicism is built upon this single distinction: within your control, your judgments, your actions, the attitude you choose toward whatever happens. Outside your control, what other people think of you, how events ultimately turn out, the weather, luck, and other people's reactions. It sounds simple, yet every day we invest most of our emotional energy in things that lie completely outside our control. Imagine this: an archer has trained for 10 years. Today he stands before the target, takes a deep breath, draws his bow, and releases the arrow. Then suddenly, a gust of wind. The arrow misses the center. What should his reaction be? Most people's first instinct is frustration, self-blame. If only I'd waited another second. A Stoic asks only one question: could he control the wind? No. Then should he place all of his emotional well-being on whether the arrow hit the bullseye? No. Instead of making the goal hit the center, make it execute the perfect shot. At first, that sounds like lowering your standards. In reality, it's moving your happiness from somewhere you cannot control to somewhere you can. That single shift changes your entire relationship with the world. At this point, you might say, isn't this just another version of focus on the process, not the outcome? I've heard that 100 times. Yes, but Stoicism offers more than a slogan. It gives you three practical exercises you can use every day. First, practice negative visualization of the day ahead. Every morning, before you pick up your phone, picture the worst realistic situations that might happen today. Maybe you'll have to deal with a difficult client. Maybe traffic will make you late. Maybe you'll say something awkward and embarrass yourself. Sounds pessimistic, doesn't it? Marcus Aurelius did this every day. A philosopher and at the same time the emperor responsible for millions across the Roman Empire. Each morning he didn't ask, "How smoothly will today go?" He asked, "What challenges are waiting for me today?" Why? Because psychological resilience isn't built after life knocks you down, it's built before the storm arrives. Second, practice negative visualization of loss. Regularly imagine what it would feel like to lose the things you treasure most: your health, someone you love, a relationship you thought would always be there. Most people's first reaction is, "Isn't that just making yourself miserable?" Remember this: a year ago today, someone lost exactly what you still have today. When you genuinely imagine losing something, you suddenly realize how delicious today's breakfast is, how fortunate it is simply to be able to work, and how deeply you actually value the person you've been taking for granted. This isn't about becoming pessimistic, it's Stoicism's antidote to one of humanity's deepest habits: taking what we have for granted. Third, delay your reaction. Have you ever experienced this? You send a message, and 3 seconds later, you already regret it. You say something, and the moment the words leave your mouth, you wish you could take them back. The Stoics described anger as temporary madness. But when insulting you, they were pointing out a fact. In that moment, your judgment is almost non existent, so their method is remarkably simple. Delay your reaction. Don't suppress your emotions. Don't pretend nothing happened. Simply give yourself enough time for the emotional surge to pass, and only then decide what to say, how to say it, or whether to say anything at all. Most of the time, you'll discover that what you want to say after you've calmed down is completely different from what you wanted to say in the heat of the moment. There's one important misunderstanding that needs correcting. Many people think stoicism means enduring everything, suppressing your feelings, becoming cold, and turning yourself into a block of ice. That completely misses the point. The Stoics never said you shouldn't have desires. What they actually said was this: you may have goals, you may have desires, you may have passion, you should pursue them with everything you've got. But at the end of every plan, add just 7 words: if nothing outside my control prevents it. That's all. It isn't surrender, it isn't giving up, it's simply reminding yourself, I've done everything that was mine to do. The rest is not my responsibility. Finally, there is one ultimate aim in Stoicism. They called it living with excellence, but excellence doesn't mean the size of your bank account, your job title, or how many people know your name. It means this: the distance between the person you know, deep down, you ought to become, and the person you actually choose to be every day. Is that distance growing or shrinking? That distance isn't measured by fate, it's measured by every decision you make every single day. Stoicism is not asking you to give something up. It's reminding you that the happiness you've been chasing all this time has never lived in the outcome. It has always lived inside the things that are yours to control. You've just spent so long looking outward that you forgot to look within.